By now, you all know that I love talking about resumes, and since this month we're focusing on effective communication, I thought why not share some what I consider to be life-changing resume tips. Let's get started. The first tip that I have for you is proper preparation. Now, just recently I did a whole video on what you should do before you start revising your resume. So if you haven't seen that, make sure you head over to our blog where you can read or watch that post called The First Step That Most People Skip. But I will say this today, learning to implement proper self-reflection before diving into actual resume writing and editing is so key, and it will profoundly change the way your resume looks and works on your behalf. So even if you're feeling pressed for time or like you want to make a change urgently, give yourself a little bit of time to really think about what the opportunity is for you, why it's so compelling, and what you're bringing to the table. You don't have to write it in a resume. Write it, in fact, as notes or brainstorming first, and then let that help you direct the content that you'd like to add. The second resume tip that's going to change your life is about paying attention to the resume structure. Content is key, of course, but it has to be readable. It has to be easy to scan quickly. That means that we need margins. We need fonts that are not a size 8, right? It needs to be something where people can see exactly what you've done and what you've contributed to in an easy to read kind of way. Personally, I like to swap out that objective statement for a summary of qualifications. I think white space is your friend, and I'd rather see someone, especially with over 8 or 10 years of experience, go on to a second page of their resume than try to cram everything in there so that there's just this like teeny little white space around the edges. It's not easy to read, and it's not doing your great experience any favors. The third resume tip that's going to change your life is all about customization. My clients hear me say all the time that a resume is only as good as the job that you're actually applying for. Customization is what helps you stand out. So many people submit the same resume to every single job. So if you take the time to do this step and to do it well, you will stand out from the pack. Now, you can absolutely create a template or 2 or 3 if that makes it easier and more efficient to send your applications out, which it often does for our clients. And we do the bulk of the customization in that summary of qualifications at the top of your resume. And the great news about this summary of qualifications is that once you get into the hang of it and you understand the process, it really becomes an editing job. And a lot of our clients find that they can reuse those bullet points for different kinds of opportunities, and they just kind of keep a bank or a library of them in a document and cut and paste as they need them. Now, if you don't know what a summary of qualifications is, that is something we use right at the top of your resume, and it's 3 to 5 bullet points that summarize how your actual experience meets the needs of that job based on the qualifications that are listed in that job. So we speak directly to those qualifications using your actual experience. That way, everyone from a junior recruiter to a seasoned recruiter to potential teammates, hiring managers, and other stakeholders will be able to understand the exact value that you're bringing to the table. Nobody has to dig through your resume, and yet we've offered enough compelling evidence that they should take the rest of your resume seriously. Your fourth tip, and this is an important one, you have to submit your resume. It's really hard for people to take this final step and really put themselves out there. They're often trying to avoid rejection. They're worried that their resume is not good enough, but please hear this from someone who has pretty high expectations of what resumes should look like. An imperfect resume, which most resumes are, an imperfect resume will do more to get you in front of someone for the right job than no resume submitted ever will. My clients and other folks in our community have absolutely submitted jobs and received interviews based on resumes that were drafts in progress. It doesn't have to be perfect, and if you wait until it's perfect or you feel like it's perfect, you could be waiting a very long time. It's better to get out there and practice putting yourself forward and get into the habit of putting yourself out there consistently, and that way you'll generate lots of potential opportunities for yourself. I hope that these resume tips will change your life, and make sure you let us know if they do. And if you're looking for more tips to change your job search, make sure to check out our Uncomplicate Your Job Search guide. We have writing prompts, exercises, and links to resources. Plus, we share our signature framework that helps our clients generate interviews and offers. Thanks so much for watching.